Well, hello and welcome back. And thank you for coming back. Today we are in uptown Tala. You can't get much higher. And we're going to drive from here to Paya, well, Coral Bay to be precise. And then we're going to do some monkeying around, that's for sure. Receive you, Booth.
Hello everybody. How nice to see you again and again.
And again. So stick with us. There we are. We're dropping down from the loftus area of Tala to give you a reference. I'm pretty sure you can see there's a truly spectacular view. Well, it's just gone out of sight, but it's going to come back into sight very, very slowly and surely, that's for sure. Here we go. Look at that for a view. Uptown Tala. The man in charge of the ship, well, that's Mr. Paul. And we've got Oching receiving Booth, the most beautiful woman in the world, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Are you going to give us directions, Gracie?
Yeah. I can't.
No, she hasn't got a clue where she are, other than the fact that she knows she's somewhere up a mountain. There we are. So we're wiggling and waggling, and we're coming down from the loftus area of Tala, and we're going to hit a roundabout very, very shortly. Not literally, we're going to go round it. But if we were to go straight, we go into the village centre. If we were to go all the way around and come off to the right, we'd go up into Comoros village, where all the very, very posh people live. But we're going to go left and work our way down to the less posh people of Tala itself. And we're going to pass the square area, and we're going to head out down the wiggling and waggling of the back roads down to Kasoniga, drop down to the coast road, and slowly but surely we're going to end up in the area known as Paya. We're going to drive the Coral Bay strip, so stick with us a little bit, and after that we're going to dismount and we're going to go and get some lunch in the Othello's restaurant. We're going to go and see our Gumbaru number one. His name is Mr. Demetrius. Hopefully he'll treat us well and give us a discount, and we'll make a nice little video of Miss Oching receiving a booth and Mr. Paul having something to eat. Receiving?
Are they working tomorrow or today?
I hope so. Otherwise we're not going to eat.
No. I don't know if
I
they
hope so.
are working
I do hope
today.
so. Here we are. We're dropping down through Tala village. As you can see, there's a lot of big digging going on as usual. Everywhere in Paphos at the moment, they're digging the roads. We're going to take a wiggle here to the right. So we're going to go into areas of Tala that perhaps people haven't seen, because we're going to wiggle and waggle. Forgive the road services. Got food on the brain. I'm thinking of my lunch receiving a bit. So we're wiggling and waggling. The roads are absolutely Sherlock Holmes.
You're already eating, Mr. Paul.
Who's eating? I'm already thinking about eating. Yeah, I'm already thinking about it. Anyway, if I misbehave, don't forget to take me to the Cyprian Maris. That could be the punishment for people from now on, especially if your name is J Mac. What do you think? Yeah, should we punish him?
Oh yeah, he was funny. He was.
Go on,
funny.
tell the story, Gracie Louis.
Yeah, we were driving back to the hotel of them, and as Mr. Paul and the loveliest Miss
Tracy
were talking together, Mr. J. Mac said, "Oh no, you're not taking me to Cyprian Maris, aren't you?" It was so funny. I can't forget.
Yeah, it was quite funny. Anyway, we won't elaborate on the story that much more, because that would be cruel to the Cyprian Maris. But if you're a J Mac or a T Mac, an S Mac or a JJ Mac, you understand exactly what we're talking about. So if ever Mr. J Mac is a naughty boy, and Miss Tracy tells me, we'll come and get him, and we'll take him to the Cyprian Maris and book him in there for a month.
Or a year.
Or even a year. There we go. Right. We're on our way. We're wiggling and we're waggling down through Tala. There's questions now as to whether this is Tala or whether this is Kasoniga. The cemetery for Tala, if you want to die, should we say, is there to the right. We don't want to go there quite yet, although we understand that perhaps some people might like us to go there, but we'll be there in about 30 years or so. I intend to live to a very ripe old age, and I'm sure Oching receiving a booth will even outlive me.
No, I don't know.
I think you will.
You never know.
You never know. There we are. So we're on the back roads, wiggling and waggling from Tala. We're going to get into Kasoniga. I think we're in Kasoniga now, but certainly in another half a mile or so we will be. And then we'll wiggle and waggle through Kasoniga. Then we'll wiggle and waggle down to the coast road, which links Paphos to the Paya district. And of course we'll get to I'm losing my English. You've stolen my English. I'm just too hungry. So we'll get to Coral Bay.
there is a banana plantations.
Everywhere around here. Plenty of snakes as well. Should we stop and go and get some bananas?
No, otherwise
No?
I'll hang you on my own brow.
There's many people looking forward to that, including me. Mr. Ritchie, well, sorry, not Mr. Ritchie, his name is Sir Ritchie. He's looking forward to it. And then we've got Simon Payne, he's looking forward to that as well. I don't know if it's the hanging bit of Mr. Paul or it's just the bra coming off. Anyway, here we go. So we're going to go straight. He's gone right, the man in the Renault. Let's see if we can beat him, because I know exactly where he's going. He's trying to take a shortcut, but I got a feeling that I'm going to beat him, because my shortcut is that little bit faster than his shortcut. He just doesn't realise that yet. Here we are. So this is Kosonaga now. This is the, shall we say, the industrial area where all the fruit picking goes on and the fruit storage goes on. Over yonder to the left, you've got a very, very large expat area. Got many a customer in there. Should pop in and get a free Sunday lunch, perhaps. Anyway, here we go. We're going to take a wiggle and a wiggle and a waggle to the right. Going to go leftish a little bit. And then we're going to come out onto the main road from uptown Kosonaga that links them down to lower town Kosonaga and of course the coastal road. So stick with us. If you want a supermarket, there's one coming up on the right hand side, and if you go left, eventually you'd end up in Clorica, and eventually of course you'll end up in Paphos. But we're not going that way, we're going this way. Taking the right. That's the football ground of Kosonaga. And there's the main school for Kosonaga coming up on our right hand side. There's Gumbaro and his little Renault coming up behind us. So as I've said, my shortcut was a lot faster than his shortcut. He's now 2 cars behind. Not that I'm feeling smug. Anyway, go see me that.
Yeah, you are feeling smug.
Everyone always goes the way that he went because apparently someone once told them that that way was quicker, but it never is. Anyway, here we go. We're wiggling and we're waggling, and very, very shortly something's going to join that blue sky that you can see, and it's going to be called the blue Mediterranean Sea. So stick with us. Further banana plantations there, go see the booth.
Yes, in a plastic rubbish bag.
Do you want to go and have a look? Plenty of snakes in there. No?
No, I know there is a lot of snakes.
There is
around.
quite a few snakes in there. There we are. Now, as some of you may have noticed now, there's something blue that's joined the blue sky. And that is the blue Mediterranean Sea. And that is the sea that's a kissing and a lapping the coastline of downtown Kosonaga. And it's also kissing and a lapping an area called Paya. And just over yonder, it's kissing and a lapping an area called Coral Bay. And that's where we're going to go. At these traffic lights, which is joining the main Paphos to Paya road, we are going to go right, and we're going to go to Coral Bay, and we're going to pass the Bayside kiosk, and then just after the Bayside kiosk is the CU Beach Bar. Just in case no one believed me that I was feeling smug, if we look into the rear there, we can now see a man in a cream coloured Renault Capture, and that was the same man that went the wrong way on his shortcut. Anyway,
Wow.
now we're stuck in, well, it's like Moscow Avenue. It's like the M1. We're stuck in a traffic jam. What's going on? I tell you, everyone's going to Coral Bay today. Are we going to get through just in time? Hopefully the traffic lights won't change. If they do, well, we're in Cyprus. It doesn't matter. We're going through anyway. There we are.
And he did.
There we are. There's the Bayside. 24-hour kiosk. So if you're in the area of Kosonaga or even Lower Paya, you're looking for a kiosk, that could be the place for you. And now coming up now on the left is a very, very popular beach bar, and it's called the CU Beach Bar, based on downtown Kosonaga Beach. Let's have a look at the car park. Yep, pretty busy. How many cars do you reckon are there, Gusivi?
A lot.
35, 40, something like that. So that means 2 people a car. There's around about 70 to 80 people in that beach bar. Here we are. So this is a stretch of road now that links Kosonaga to the Paya district, or as most people say, Coral Bay, because the first bit we're going to hit, which is that peninsula sticking out over there, and that peninsula is Coral Bay. And as you can see, there's some more big digging going on. I think they're building a pavement. If not, they're turning it into a motorway. Who knows? It will all come out in the wash, and slowly but surely we'll come to understand what it is. I think it's a pavement, because it's about time that this road had a pavement, because a lot of people are misinformed and told it's not far to walk from Coral Bay to Cassonaga. So they start their walk and then they find out, oh my God, there's cars coming towards them at 4 million miles an hour. So I hope that the EU is paying for a pavement, and I think that's what it is. And if you're wondering about the marinas, well, apparently that area there is where they are going to build a multi-billion euro marina one of these days. They've been talking about it for the last 20 years, and apparently they are going to lay the first brick next year. But we shall see. Receiver the booth, what have you got to say?
I think it's going to be nice, that
Would
marina.
Be lovely. Beautiful.
Because 20 years of talking, it will take them a few years working, and eventually it's going to be an amazing.
And there's a lot of people going to make
marina.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
You never know. Even we may get our hand in that till, if we're lucky. Probably not, though. Anyway. Very shortly now we are going to enter Paya, because there's going to be a big sign on the right hand side that says welcome to the Paya municipality. So stick with us. We are almost at the conclusion of our journey. Here it comes. Big white stone, big green letters, and it says in Greek and then in English, welcome to the Paya municipality. A very, very familiar sign to an awful lot of people who live in Paya and an awful lot of people who come to holiday in Coral Bay. One being the #1 Sir Paul Butler and his wonderful partner in crime, Miss Beverly. Here we are. We have arrived. And we're going to take a left and we're going to hit the Coral Bay Strip and show you some of the restaurants, some of the tabernas, and some of the bars and some of the other businesses along the way. Now, the first building over there, because of course you're going to need a couple of bob to go spending. That's the Bank of Cyprus. Pop in there with a plastic card, they'll give you some money. If you haven't got a plastic card, put a mask on, get a gun out, and they'll still give you some money. There we are. Rio Grande Mex. You've got, I don't know, how do you say that one?
What?
Salathai.
Means like sea.
Sea restaurant. Santa Marina restaurant. You've got kiosk. You've got a gyros place. You've got Robert's souvenir shop. You've got Calera restaurants. You've got Kikos bar. Plenty of bars, plenty of restaurants. I think you get the idea. Plenty of free parking, car parks to the rear of all these places. There's Othello's, which is,
I told you,
closed.
But it is closed.
So we're not having any lunch today. No, I think he's
closed.
Yeah, he's closed for the season. I understand that. Last time we were there, he told us he's going to close in November, and he's going to go and concentrate on his olive picking. He's got several fields full of olives. So apparently he's going to pick all those olives, not on his own, obviously. He's going to take them to the crusher and crush them all, and then he's going to present us with 5 litres of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Natural virgin olive oil. I tell you what, we'll head to Coral Bay Beach. So stick with us. If you want to see one of the greatest beaches in the world, it's coming up very, very shortly. And as tradition goes, we will get to dismount, and we're going to follow the rear end of Miss Ochin Recevia La Bouffe. So please don't click off. It's certainly going to be worth the wait. Here we go. Shall we see how far we can drive down? Shall we see if we can actually drive onto the sand itself?
Yeah.
You never know, because it's out of season now, isn't it? It's quite busy now. Look at the car park.
Yeah.
There's still quite a few cars about. Because, of course, believe it or not, it is 26 degrees. Yep, you heard me correctly. End of the first week in November, and in downtown Coral Bay, it is 26 degrees, and the sun is a licking and a cooking. And this car park is absolutely Sherlock Holmes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stick with us. We're going to go down that little track over there to the left and descend into a further car park, which we will be able to park up in, hopefully, dismount, and then go and have a little look around on the sandy beach of Coral Bay. There we are.
Wow.
Look at that. Doesn't get much better. road. It really is Sherlock Holmes. So this is the lower car parking area. This time of year, normally you can find a space. In the summer, not a chance.
And people still swimming.
Yep.
Look at that.
To be honest, it's pretty busy.
Yeah.
I'll repeat it again, 26th of November. The sun is beating down and there's an awful lot of people monkeying around and getting a suntan, having a swim, and generally having a very good time indeed. There we are. Have a look at that. Should we have a dismount? Let's go and have a look. Because those blue waters do look very nice indeed. And if you're wondering, yes, I was driving at the same time. Receiver Booth didn't want to get shouted at because she understood that she didn't know exactly where she was. There she is, watching Receiver Booth.
Wow, how nice. We could swim if we did have any swimwear.
Well, we do in the boot.
Do we?
You do. Should we follow your rear end? Yeah. Let's follow the rear end of watching Receiver Booth and go and have a look at that beautiful sandy beach, one of the best in Cyprus, if not possibly in the world. And the water, that looks absolutely breathtaking. Have a look at that. Are you stopping there, are you, Receiver Booth?
Wow, so nice.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, your breath's been taken away, that's for sure. Very busy beach indeed. If you're wondering, again, I'm going to repeat it, end of the first week in November. It's the 6th of November. We haven't had a bonfire, although today the sun is cooking us as usual. Have a look at that.
It's
not easy on those shoes, is it? Great views. Absolutely packed out as usual. There's parasailing going on, and somewhere over yonder is the #1 superstar known as Mr. Paul Butler. We're going to go and find him very shortly, and we're going to leave the beach because Receiver Booth is having trouble walking on it, and we're going to follow her rear end. Have a look at that. I think it could be that time for watching Receiver Booth to adjust her rear end and then give us the very good goodbye. Not listening to a word I'm saying, are you, Receiver Booth? She's off, that's it. She's obviously not using her translating services today.
And I would like to tell you many thanks for watching. We are loving you to bits. And please don't forget to come and see another of our madnesses. Many kisses and bye-bye.
What's left for me to say is thanks for watching. Like we see, hit the like, click subscribe. Please come back for a little bit more of our, well, madness. Forgive the rubbish bins in the background, but it's real life. Thanks for watching.